Welcome back to Transcriber from Reddit. I want to wish everyone a happy new year, and may you live 2023 to the best of your ability. Today's topic comes from the subreddit exLutheran. It's a post that's titled Trigger Warning. WELS Pastor Reacts to subreddit exLutheran. It was posted by user Don't Eat the Cookies Mom. The post contains a screenshot. The screenshot is a clip taken from a larger post made on the WELS Discussions, in parentheses, Wisconsin Evangelical Lutheran Synod Facebook group. The Facebook group is called WELS Discussions, and I will be including, as well as reading out the entire post that particular clip is taken from later in this video. First, I will read the screenshot that is being used here. It reads, "There's a lot unsaid in this Reddit. Seems like a lot of reputation smearing without the full story. Also kind of weird to see the simultaneous feminist bent and quote, women are helpless snowflakes being taken advantage of by nasty men 10 years older than them, end quote, messaging going on. Trying to have it both ways, I guess." And that's where the screenshot ends. Underneath the screenshot is the caption, "Pastor posted to WELS Discussions after a member linked to one of the stories of abuse in this sub. It's even more sanctimonious and sexist than what I've come to expect from WELS. The WELS pastor has since deleted the post." The post that is being referenced is an earlier post that was titled, "Women Are Prey in WELS Schools." It's regarding a specific situation where current professor Andrew Schmiege, Dr. Andrew Schmiege, his last name is spelled Schmiege, had convinced a 19-year-old student to leave her mother's house to move in with him and eventually marry him. Keep in mind, he was unmarried when he encouraged the student to do this, and they ended up marrying because the family saw it as an awkward situation. I will do a later video detailing it more in depth. The biggest takeaway for this video is that the same user, Don't Eat the Cookies Mom, posted it and made reference to the fact that he or she had tried to bring it to the attention of the WELS Conference of Presidents, and they did absolutely nothing, which is a shocker. And I mean that sarcastically. A different user had posted it to the WELS Discussions Facebook group. Now, before I get into the full context of the messages from the Facebook group, let me read what I consider to be the top comments here on this post. Ersatz Air commented, "The pastor is so committed to his ideas that he deleted them." Classic. Next one would be Hulk, spelled HULKE002, who says, "It's probably more accurate to say that vulnerable boys and girls were manipulated mentally, physically, sexually by men and women 20 to 30 years older than them in positions of authority, not to mention abuse on spouses, etc. What does it take to tell the full story on that?" Finally, there is user McNitz, who commented, "Considering Luther specifically described following the 8th commandment as, quote, taking their words and actions in the kindest possible way, end quote, it constantly surprises me how little effort it seems Lutherans are willing to put into actually doing it. I mean, being bad at it, I can understand. But this looks like just straight up imagining people you disagree with in the worst light possible without even trying to understand them." Now I shall delve into the Facebook post made on Facebook group WELS Discussions. It was originally posted by user Jeng Chen on December 31st, 2022. And just so everyone who's hearing me read this out loud knows, I will be saying the names of individuals involved because it is technically a publicly viewed group as of recording this video. The post reads, "Is there anyone that can shed more light on the Schmiegi situation at WLC? I read a disturbing post on Reddit where a called worker was able to convince a young girl to move out of her home. He seems to still be working as a teacher. Is this normal for WELS?" Included in the post is, of course, the link to the Reddit post. Below begins the comments section. Jake Ingalls says, "I'm curious, has this at least been looked into? Way more information is needed to understand what's going on." Next commenter, Anne Brink, says, "Right? What's going on?" The original author of the post, Jang Chen, replies back to Anne Brink, says, "I read through the Reddit page and there seems to be more sex abuse and pedophilia than I imagined. Check out the exLutheran subreddit." Goodman also includes a link to the Facebook group for WELS Lutheran Cult Recovery official Facebook page. Also good of him. The next comment below is made by Susan Anderson Loreth, who says, "There's a lot about this, quote, grooming, unquote, situation. It's disgusting. It's the norm in the WELS Church since women are property and don't have a voice." Tend to agree with that. Next response below is the one that's featured in today's subreddit pick. It is made by Daniel Baker, who's an admin. His last name is spelled Baker. Daniel Baker says, "There's a lot unsaid in this Reddit. Seems like a lot of reputation smearing without the full story. Also, kind of weird to see the simultaneous feminist bent and, quote, women are helpless snowflakes being taken advantage of by nasty men 10 years older than them, end quote, messaging going on. Trying to have it both ways, I guess. I am skeptical of linking to this defaming thread, to be honest. Joe Jewell, Jeffrey Clark, Brian Lidkey, take a look." And that ends his post. Just so you guys are aware, and I will be including a screenshot of this, Brian Lidkey, Daniel Baker, Jeffrey Clark, Joe Jewell, and RELCS web admin are all listed as admins and moderators on here. And sometime after that, I'm not sure when, the post was removed. I will also include a screenshot I took of the rules of the WELS public page. Number 5 specifically says, "Do not delete posts/comments. Do not delete your posts/comments. In parentheses, it says, "Edit instead if you regret a post." End parentheses. "It will cause the written work of others to be lost." Parentheses, 7th commandment issue, end parentheses. Moderators will take the deletion step if necessary. Considering that the written work of others has indeed been lost by this post being deleted, it makes it a 7th commandment issue. However, given that the admins had the ability to choose to delete it, makes it very much seem like a rules for me and not for thee situation. Maybe just a hint of warning next time, for everyone whose written work was featured on this page and is now lost. If it weren't for the screenshots given to me, I wouldn't have even had any record of this post being made to begin with. Now for the fun part, let's address Daniel Baker's comments directly. He says that it seems like there's a lot of reputation smearing without the full story. The Reddit post was very full of not just identifying information for Andrew Schmiegi, but also the facts regarding his case. It included a redacted email, redacted so that the more innocent people can have their information not get strewn all over the interwebs. And there were 2 of these emails. One was sent by the user in question to the WELS Conference of Pastors, and the second one was sent by Andrew Schmiegi's mom to clarify the situation. If there's a bigger story involved, wouldn't it be your duty as an admin and a moderator to provide those details for clearer context? Of course, nothing says context like the mom describing the situation for the reader, only for the reader to find out that everything being said about Andrew Schmiege is correct. Unless he's going for Eighth Commandment violation here. But the Eighth Commandment is more about gossip and unjustly destroying someone's reputation. Saying what someone did, which is factual, which has evidence to prove that it's correct, is not destroying someone's reputation. Now, if it was involving allegations that didn't have any evidence, then obviously those are allegations that still have yet to be proven, and people are innocent until proven guilty. However, there's enough evidence here and in the original post to show us, the audience, exactly what kind of man Dr. Schmiege is. That's not on us or anyone disclosing these facts to other people. That is on him and him alone. As for the weird feminist bent and the helpless women both being used in his same sentence, makes me laugh. If you think the desire for young women entering university to be seen as scholars and not as potential sex partners is weird and a feminist bent, congratulations, you've just placed yourself into the early 1900s. As for the helpless women part, just because people turn adults doesn't magically make them capable of handling everything being thrown at them in the world. It doesn't matter if a young boy or a young girl has turned 18. They can still be vulnerable. Whether that vulnerability is because they haven't been prepared adequately for the challenges of the real world, whether it's the vulnerability of being a student in a predatory older man's classroom, and you're dependent on his grades to get you through class, and thus the rest of your college to make it to graduation, or whether it's vulnerability because you haven't been placed in a situation like that before and you have no idea how to respond. And by you phrasing it as women are helpless snowflakes being taken advantage of by nasty men 10 years older than them, showcases exactly how you view the situation. You don't seem to have a problem with it. Now, I'm not you, I definitely don't want to be you, and I'm reading that comment in the kindest possible way that I can. So keep in mind that this is my opinion. Like I said before, I'm very glad that we have screenshots to capture everyone's messaging, including yours, for the sake of posterity. That concludes today's video. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.